Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for December 5th, 2021, with your host, Spacebreaker2448, and Rump It Up Salon.
Hello.
I have a nice new chair.
I do not.
It was an early Christmas present that came in, and my mom kept bugging me. It's just like, I got a package coming in. Is it in yet? No. Is it in yet? No. Is it in yet? Yes. And our dog tried to pee on it. Twice. When I got it on the porch.
Sounds about right.
Yep. And of course, I knew what was in it because it one had tape on it that was the brand of my original chair I had, X Rocker, and two, it said it was a gaming chair on the box. Because I asked for a new chair because mine was getting a bit holey and just wearing thin, and it's nice. I have to remember to lock it from going up and down when I get up, because otherwise when I sit back down it goes all the way down. Yeah, I had to put that together Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Friday or Saturday. No, I put it together Friday since we weren't streaming. On schedule, we weren't streaming.
Yes.
But, we've got not a whole lot of news.
I mean, fair.
But tell me, what have you been playing the last couple weeks?
Besides the last few days playing Forza Horizon, not really a whole lot. Yeah, I've been playing Horizon for a good little bit. Did play Dicey Dungeons some.
How are you liking Dicey Dungeons?
I don't know if I caught some of the rhythm a little too easy, but some of it's not as hard as it sounds like it should be.
Not really once you're starting out, but bear in mind, every character has like 6 episodes, and they do get harder over time.
Oh, I mean, I've lost a couple of the episodes already.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when I have, I've gotten a long way into it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, it's like, I don't know if I've kind of got it down pat enough, and it's just coming that easy, or what?
Which characters are you playing?
So far, when I have been popping in there, I've been plucking away at the episodes for Warrior.
Okay.
I've done the initial, you must do one for the first 5 characters, though.
I am garbage at Witch, so...
Fair.
I am bad at Witch, I am bad at Inventor on his later ones, because he has one where your equipment all has durability.
Ooh.
Yeah. I love Jester, which is like the secret character unlock. I forget how you, I forget how you get Jester. I think the game says.
Probably does.
I think you beat so many episodes and you unlock Jester, but I like Jester because it's pretty much a deck building roguelike. Because you just have a deck of cards and you get more cards. And you manage that deck, and that's the run. That's all his runs. And I like that. Anything else?
No, that's really kind of been it.
I've been playing Yakuza 7 off stream. It is really good. I'm really enjoying it. I did all of the business management so I can get all the money. Because like Yakuza 0, business management is the thing you do where you get money out of it, like a lot of money out of it. So I started doing it because when you complete the first part of it, you get a new party member, which is good to pick up then, because there's going to be a point not too long after you are able to start business management that you'll be down a party member. So instead of being 3-man, you'll be 4-man. So it's a good idea to pick up this party member now.
Fair.
But then if you just go through all of it, which you can just go through all of it because none of it is like level locked. It's all just, hey, make money, buy properties, improve them, make more money, wash, rinse, repeat. Here's a shareholders meeting. Tell them objection and to shut up and sit down. That's pretty much the shareholders meetings. You have a chicken go bark at them and telling them to shut up and sit down, and then they sit down. I am not kidding on that part. A chicken is one of your actually really good characters that you use for business management. It's dumb sounding, I know, but it's Yakuza. What do you expect?
I mean, yeah.
But like, other than that, like, the combat's good. It's a turn-based combat system that has a bit of like positional, like you should pay attention to your position in regards to your enemies sometimes, but not all the times. But you want to do it just as a, hey, I would like some bonus damage. These enemies are all stuck together. I'm going to do the move that does AoE. Or I'm going to do the move that lets me like charge through one person and keep going through and keep running so that it actually hits 2 more people that I'm not actively targeting. It's also got Mario or Paper Mario style prompts of if you hit the defense, or if you hit the block button at the right time when you're being attacked, you do a perfect guard that reduces damage. And a lot of your attacks have either like a mash on X or a hit on Y to do more damage. But it's all really good. It also has a job system because, and I'm making this because the game will not shut up about it. It's like Dragon Quest. Look, Ichiban is a massive fan of Dragon Quest and will not shut up about Dragon Quest in this game, because I believe the developers of this Yakuza game really like Dragon Quest.
Probably.
But yeah, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I wish I can get it reinstalled so I can keep going. God damn it. Unfortunately, I have a bunch of other games bookmarked from Game Pass. The bad news is that most of them are RPGs.
Well,
Because I got Bug Fables bookmarked on Game Pass, because that's a Paper Mario game. Like, literally a Paper Mario game. Like, the bad system, the combat system, the writing, everything. It's all of it. It's pretty much a Paper Mario game. Let's see, Chris Tales, which is that, I think we've seen it on like directs and stuff. It looked kind of cool. I like the art style on it. 12, Frostpunk, which is a RTS game, and a couple others that are like, these will all take time. I literally went through the entire Game Pass list and just bookmarked everything I wanted to play. Other than that, I have... Well, I've only played the Decade mod of Slay the Spire. It is very complicated.
I mean, makes sense.
Because, well, first and foremost, there's a bit of a language issue because I believe this is translated from either Chinese or Japanese to English. Because there's the occasional, like, wait, what? Like wording doesn't click. So you have to reread it a couple times for it to click. So it's not the best translated. But secondly, you know how Decade can turn into like the first 9 Heisei riders before him? What if every single one of them, including Decade, were like their own character essentially?
Huh.
Because they like each of them have their own gimmicks, their own like cards that can only be used by them when Decade turns into them. On top of a bunch of extra cards that any like regardless of which form you're in, you can use. Plus like Decade himself, which technically has his own things. It's kind of nuts.
I
like,
mean,
Kuga.
They could have done it more.
I know.
They could have, in theory, done it all the way through Geo.
Yeah.
Then that would have been a pain.
But I think this mod predates Geo's release.
I would hope so.
But like, Kuga, like, has like a heal regen and like all in like the ability to shift between his forms, but also you can use a rising card to upgrade those forms into the rising forms. Agito has like a level up ability on his forms and stuff that the more you use the form card, the higher it gets leveled up and the more it does. Ryuki has his advent cards. Faiz has his entire suitcase of equipment available to you that you just pull out and get a card for. Blade has all his cards. Hibiki has a fucking drumming minigame. There's a rhythm minigame while you're playing as Hibiki.
Huh.
Deno has the catchphrase cards from the one episode that are a coin flip of actually working because of fucking course they are.
I mean, yeah.
And there's also a climax card that changes what it does when it's put in your hand. It's a random thing every time, I think. Like Kiva, when you go into him, you get a random whistle to pop into one of those forms. Decade technically has his like his violent emotion form he can drop into, which overrides his ability to do form changes, but lets you stack like the buffs and stuff from the other 9 riders onto you at the same time. Which is a what? Like, there's so much. You cannot play this by going, oh, I'm gonna use all the riders all the time. No. You will literally, your brain will snap from trying to like fucking manage this shit. Like, you have to play it like it's Decade plus someone else you're focusing on. That way you can get that way you're focused on getting their specific cards in order to do their stuff. It is nuts how much is in here, and I am sad that this is it for Rider mods on Slay the Spire, because this is really good. I kind of wish I could just play as the individual riders with just their decks, because that would work.
Yeah, it would. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes me wish that when I have played Slide the Spire, it's not been through PS Now.
Yeah, because you have to have this on Steam because the mod's on the Steamworks shop, or Steamworks store, not storefront. The Steamworks stuff. Also, as a heads up, you have to install 2 mods before you install the Decade mod. Weirdly enough. You have to install something to make Slay the Spire moddable. Then you have to install a mod manager specifically for Slay the Spire to then do any mod stuff for the game.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm not mistaken, I think the 3D Sonics all actually have a mod manager for them.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have it for most of the mods. I don't think it's all of them, but most of them.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of that. It's mostly been on stream since one time I played it off stream to see if it would work. It crashed. It has not crashed on stream. So yay.
Now that you have said that, it will crash on stream the next time you try it.
Probably. Played more of Super Robot Wars 30, made it through more of it. More I play it, the more I want a Rider Tactics game, damn it. I want just a Rider Tactics game because it could work.
Denied.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done much else. I got my new external hard drive in. Did the day and a half process of getting everything transferred over. So, yay! That is pretty much it. Shall we hit the news then?
I mean, I guess we shall.
Alright. So, do you remember when Riot said that they were doing a fighting game based off League of Legends?
I mean, Riot said they were going to do a lot of stuff at once, so...
So, they've revealed more of what they've been calling Project L, which is their fighting game, which they didn't get much into it back then, but they've now talked about it more in... This has caught the attention of non-League people because, you know how people like their Marvel? Like their Marvel vs. Capcoms? What if this was a 2v2 tag fighter in the vein of your Marvels versus Capcoms?
I mean, fair.
Because that's what this is. It's a Marvel tag fighter, but League characters. And it actually looks good from the gameplay that you can see in the video below. Like I'm a little surprised that. But it looks like our roster at the moment is Echo, Jinx, Darius, Ari, and I think that's it at the moment. Don't think we've seen anyone else in the gameplay of it, but yeah, it looks actually good. It was fun to see a person who doesn't know League, like Maximilian Dude, go through the roster of League of Legends and go, who the fuck are these people? As he's just like, what's this? No on this thing, no. I forget what he ended up saying no on. Yeah, looks like we're not seeing this for 2 more years. At minimum. Oh goody. So 2023 at the best. That is way too far out to be talking about this.
Especially seeing as how we have at least a working prototype.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in the word.
Kind of weird it's that far out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would almost have to think if it is 23 when we see it, it'll be early 23.
Yeah. Yeah.
It being that far, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year they're like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, this is ready. Because I mean that looked pretty fluid, and I mean I know they're gonna clean it up because that's to showcase it, but still, that looked way too fluid to just be like, oh, this is a rough build. Things will change.
I was trying to figure out why I got beat that by Windows.
Bling.
I was like, what am I getting beat that for? Alright, shall we talk about our next one then?
I guess so.
So, do you remember DC Universe Online when we played it a very long time ago at this point?
Yes.
So, apparently the studio behind that, Dimensional Ink Studios, are working on a Marvel one.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so during an investor's presentation that was talking about long-term goals for like 2022 and beyond. So we're talking like 2023 at this point. Again, one of the things they were talking about was an unannounced MMORPG. The bullet points on this, as according to this slide, and I've got it pulled up so I can actually read them. It's a Marvel IP-based, massively multiplayer online game being developed by Dimensional Ink Studios in Austin, Texas, led by Jack Emmett, who designed the Helmet City of Heroes, designed and helmed City of Heroes, and currently leads DC Universe Online. So
haven't we tried City of Heroes at one point?
No. By the time we could, that thing didn't exist. I think we tried.
Like we've talked about it for some reason.
I think we have because I think someone somewhere got some private servers for it up and running. Because that game doesn't exist anymore. And hasn't for a good long time. Yeah, cool. It'd be nice to have a Marvel MMO that isn't Marvel Heroes, since Marvel Heroes doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, it kind of had no to stand on.
True.
Just saying.
Although I'm curious how they'll have this set up, since Marvel doesn't usually do create a hero things with their stuff. It's more of a DC thing, I feel like. Shall we hit our next one then?
I guess so.
Alright, the Fortnite has ended their chapter 2 with the end finale, and it has the special guest appearance of Dwayne the Dwayneson. You know, wrestling man, turned superstar guy, turned that one guy in the Fast and Furious movies. But they had it Saturday afternoon at like 4 o'clock, where the island has flipped over to reveal a new map. And we are now working with the Foundation, who is Dwayne the Dwayneson, and the rest of his friends to do stuff. It's Fortnite lore. It doesn't matter. It matters at the start of a season and the end of a season. It does not matter in the middle. Yeah, I assume you haven't seen any of this.
No.
No. It was nice. It was just funny to hear The Rock spouting Fortnite nonsense at us. Yeah, the new season is fine. We get Spider-Man. We get his web shooters to swing around with. And they added in a slide mechanic. So, that thing in Halo Infinite that I still don't know what button it does. Any other thoughts before we move on?
Huh?
Alright then. Some updates for Pokemon Home. So, Diamond and Pearl are out. The speedrun for Diamond and Pearl before this most recent patch was fucking stupid. Because the
I'm
game was...
assuming the new patch screwed it hard.
Yep. It made it not fun anymore.
I mean, that just means people still run the 1.0.0.
It's actually 1.0.1. Because 1.0, you, I think, can only have a physical copy of that. You can't have it on digital. Weirdly. So you have to have, it's literally 1.0.1 is the only, super speedrun version of it. I know one person who's routing beating the game backwards on 1.0.1. Since that's a thing you can do. Not just reverse badge order. No, the whole game backwards.
I mean, makes sense.
But Pokemon Home will be getting support for the Diamond and Pearl remakes next year, along with Arceus support. But the key thing from this is there might be some limitations on what stuff can go where that I was seeing. So it's not super clear, I think, in any of this information of, it's not clear if everything can go to Arceus, and if you can pull anything from Arceus where that can go. Whether it can go back to Sword and Shield or to the Diamond and Pearl remakes. So we're still not clear on the flow chart, essentially, which that's fun. I'm just quietly waiting on Arceus. Anything else?
No?
Alright, last up. The Switch Online expansion will get its first game update on the 10th with the Paper Martin. That's it. No updates for the Genesis one, no other updates for the N64 one. It's one game. And it's Paper Martin.
Oh, I was not expecting that to be that early.
Yeah.
Because I'm actively worried about this one. Everyone's been having a problem with the fact of, using the Japanese ROM for Ocarina. Yeah, I'm wanting to say even current updates for Project 64 still have a problem with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, ooh. If they don't have this one ironed out, then yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Yep. And also, I'm going to point out this is our first update in the game Probably the only one for this month. Maybe we could get more? Can we get one for the Genesis? I'm just echoing what someone said on Twitter of just like, please tell me we're going to get more than this at a little bit of a faster pace, because oh no. You're not helping to make this worth it.
I'm fine if we just get one for each.
Yeah.
Because there was no clear cut how many we were going to get added in by the end of it.
Yeah.
So I get it. Do a slow trickle in. But looking at the SNES and NES stuff, if this is the only one, that's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Like, in all seriousness, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with the way they did the NES and SNES stuff.
Yeah. But that's the news, folks. Like I said, not a whole lot. There was the Game Awards thing where more or less they've decided not to say anything about, the ongoing stuff with Activision Blizzard, because I think one of their higher up people are on the board for that awards thing. So probably not allowed to.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think Jeff Keighley on Twitter said a piece about it, but I'm like, as someone pointed out, you took 5 minutes to shit on Konami for how they treated your boy Kojima. And this is a far worse situation than what Konami went and did to Kojima. And this, you're like, nah, we're not gonna talk about it. Guys, really, fucking real. I know you're garbage, but at least be a little better.
I mean, yeah.
All right, shall we get the releases then?
Don't mind me. Yes.
It is not that much. So
Probably for the best.
Yeah. So on the 6th, we've got After the Fall for PlayStation 4. On the 7th, Ever Forward for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. The Broken Grand Theft Auto 3 Definitive Edition for PlayStation 4. Life is Strange True Colors for Switch. Mickey Storm and the Cursed Mask for PlayStation 4. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duels Psycho Battle Royal for Switch. Okay. I have apparently heard that this new Yu-Gi-Oh! Series is actually good, and they don't treat their female protagonists like absolute garbage. But I don't think I can give it a try.
Because give it time.
No, it's late into its run. The show's almost over.
It will find a way to do it. I've gotten to that point with it. They've managed to find a way. Yeah, no. We're just not even, nope. Not going there.
Yeah, they're at 76 episodes. Because Brains fucked up. Because of fucking course it did.
I mean, yeah.
And that was the one before this and the one after Arc 5. And I'm like, look, this show's got to be over, and I got to hear that it's good on that front before I even remotely give it a chance, because I can't. Not after Arc 5. Not after a show literally self-destructed cataclysmically in just such a slow fashion over time. The show has to prove it from beginning to end before I give it a chance. But anywho, on the 8th, Halo Infinite, Rockson 1 and Series X, the campaign! Not the multiplayer, that's already out. It's just a campaign.
Yeah, so I would say important part, but it's not going to have co-op.
Yeah. We gotta puzzle solve that one real quick.
Yeah.
One of the people I follow on Twitter picked up one of those Chief Halo figures that are out at the moment, and was surprised by how tall it was. And I was like, Chief is really tall, isn't he? So I'm not super surprised, but apparently he's only like 7'2".
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of tall.
Well, it looks too tall and it looks too tall in this picture. Whenever it gets into it. He looks like 8 plus in this picture, relatively speaking.
I mean, are both figures to the same scale, though? Because that would be the big thing.
I think they're supposed to be 6-inch scale. I think. I honestly don't know.
Because if they're not to the same scale, then that might just be how it is, kind of deal.
Yeah, I don't know what scale the Halo figures operate by. I know they operate off an internal scale within their own ecosystem, but I don't know what it is outside of their own ecosystem. But I'm just like, yeah, Chief's supposed to be tall. How many of you don't know that Chief's supposed to be fucking tall? Is it the same amount of people that doesn't know that Samus is supposed to be fucking enormous? That she's supposed to tower over your ass.
I mean...
At 6'3".
I mean... To be fair, if you don't realize how tall Chief is, then that tells me you've either, 1, not paid attention to the cutscenes in 1, or 3.
Or 4. The end of 4.
Or the end of 4.
That's what I think of, but I'm like, Chief is fucking enormous because, he's standing above practically every, Spartan, or, Spartan, 4 or 5 in that room.
Uh-huh.
He is, a good head and a half taller than all of them.
Because the reason why I say that is 1 and 3 both have points where the camera doesn't have the weird angles to not make it look as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 4's the blatant one.
Yeah.
4, actually, I think they positioned the camera in one of the cuts to make it look like he was even taller than everyone else, than normal kind of deal.
Yeah, Chief's supposed to be huge. And I can't wait for someone to walk into our chat and be like, wait, Chief's supposed to be this huge? And I'm like, don't make me read the lore and tell you how the fuck they augmented Chief and all the other Spartan 2s. Because they fucking did. There's a reason they're fucking enormous.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, out of any fictional armor that exists, I want his.
Yeah.
The man fell out of space, crash landed, and lived. I want his suit.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out that the armor is only additive. Chief's also stupid, strong, and shit without the armor.
If I'm not mistaken, though, the way they pointed it out at the beginning of 3 implies that if the suit hadn't locked, he probably still would have died from that.
True.
The armor did take the brunt of that fall there.
Yeah. Also, I believe this figure's technically 2 Chief. And the guy was like, "Oh, I don't like that it came with 2 of the guns." And I'm like, "Well, you picked up 2 Chief. 2 was all about dual wielding. That's why it has the 2 SMGs, because that's what he had on the box art."
Yeah.
It's also why it's that pale, is because that's what two's armor looked like. It was that kind of pale. It didn't have that much detail on it.
I still don't know if it's some kind of weird lighting or what, but that still don't look like the right color.
I don't think it is. Because let me grab...
Because I thought he was darker.
I think he is. He's supposed to.
I know they did add more green to Halo 2's, but I don't think it was that green. and for reference, because I don't have this on stream, it is like the color green that Discord uses for when you're talking. That kind of a green.
Yeah, there's the comparison shot between 2 and I presume Infinite Chief. Because that looks like Infinite Chief because it has the 117 on the chest, which... Hi folks, did you know that me and Tommy know far too much about Halo lore? That we can tell the difference between these 2 chiefs without looking at the title?
I feel like that's the wrong color green they used for that.
On both or just 2?
On 2.
Yeah. It might be trying to, like, replicate the like, how it would look actually in-game. But even then,
I don't think so, though.
Yeah. Granted, it might just be a way for them to just be like, we want to differentiate this chief from all the other chiefs we release, please. They can't all be the same green, even though they're supposed to be all the same green. Granted, I look at this one that's supposed to be from Halo Infinite, and I'm like, you have too much yellow in that green. It doesn't seem right. Well, this armor is supposed to be that oddly colored.
You know what? I'm actually wrong. I guess it's just the way the game presents it naturally that it looked weird.
That's what I was thinking, because it looked weirdly flat.
Because you can kind of see it on the original box art for it.
Yeah. So what I thought they were trying to replicate was like 2 box art.
I still think they did a little too much.
Yeah.
Like they probably should have darkened that up a little bit. But the Infinite one is pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised that they full on went with the Halo 2 model and not the anniversary.
True. Granted, if they did that, they'd have to be like a black armor if they're doing the box art. Oh, these are apparently supposed to be 6.5 inches tall. That Mando is 6.
So then that's probably about right.
Yeah.
The difference in scale is probably what is doing it then.
Mm-hmm. Granted, I don't mind. Chief should tower over everyone. Chief should be stupid huge compared to everything else. Anywho, releases. I sidetracked this. On the 8th as well, Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space Remastered for Xbox One and Switch, and that's pretty much it. On the 9th, Monopoly Madness for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, and Stadia. Whatever this is supposed to be. Is this some fancy version of Monopoly?
Yes.
That isn't broken like the one Monopoly I know about that crashes far too often?
Maybe.
Okay, is this some like, yeah. Apparently it's from Ubisoft.
That doesn't surprise me because I think they've got all the license for a lot of Hasbro stuff.
Yeah. Alright. Also on the 9th, Monster Ranchers 1, 2, and Deluxe of 1 and 2 on Switch, Android, iOS. On the 10th, A Year of Springs for Switch. Paper Mario for the N64 emulator. And Terminator Resistance Annihilation Line for PlayStation 5. On the 11th, Gris for Switch. On the 13th, Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. On the 14th, Among Us for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5. Disney Classic Games Collection, Aladdin, The Lion King, and Jungle Book for PlayStation 4. And the Smurfs Mission Village, the Smurfastic Edition for PlayStation 5. On the 15th, Airtana Noctis for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. On the 16th, Alien Isolation for Android and iOS. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach for PlayStation 4 and 5. That's pretty much it. And then on the 17th, the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Broken Definitive Edition for Xbox One, Series X, and PlayStation 4. And that's pretty much it. There is more, but none of them are interesting.
I mean, to be fair, you can view all of them on the article.
Mm-hmm. Which takes us to Quick Draws in. I've got a place to do photos with Soto figures now.
So now you can have that one scene for all of your figures.
Yep. The way I've got it at the moment is a little differently formatted than what's in this picture because I've changed it since then, because what this is called Scene in a Box. It's a modular set of panels and connector points and other stuff like barricades and stairs and stuff that just kind of snaps together using the same like connecting joints. Which means you could just slap this together however you want. So this just gives you an idea of what it looks like with a bunch of Soto figures and one Shoto figure of Ichigo up there. But it looks nice. Once I get more Ryuki stuff in, technically Dragonite for me, I plan to do some photos and stuff with them. I also have to redo how I've got Drag Ritter on stands because it fell apart on me when I was moving stuff around, and it just doesn't work anymore.
Well,
yeah, I need to print me just some sticks that will just go in the holes I've got on that stand I printed, and just have that C-clip on top, so Drag Ritter can just lay down there, curled around. But yeah, it's nice. It looks really good. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to do photos with it. Depending on when I get it together, because I'm getting the S4 Gridman Super Mini Plane tomorrow, might be doing photos of it once I get it together. So tweet out, hey, thanks Kotetsu Toys for having this on your storefront for me to buy. And no one buying it until I bought it. But that's it for mine. You don't have one, correct?
Correct.
I saw that we got a trailer for Spider-Verse 2 Part 1 yesterday. I'm baffled as to why it's a Part 1.
Because they need a part 2.
Apparently.
I mean, it's going to be a trilogy, but they don't want to call it a trilogy.
Fuck.
Or they're trying to one-up Valve and just can't count to 2. Except they broke that.
True. Granted, I'm also thinking, because wasn't Into the Spider-Verse in production for a long time?
I don't remember right offhand, actually.
I feel like it was. And I'm thinking the reason they're splitting it into parts is so they can actually get it out in a decent amount of time. So if we put out part 1, which is just a chunk of what we wanted to do as like its own standalone thing, that like, let's just get something out there so we can get money in and then have more time to make part 2. I assume. I don't know. That's just my guess.
I mean, if it was a video game, I would completely agree with you.
Right.
It being a movie, I'm like, I don't know. This more feels like a cash grab more than anything. Sony was like, oh, that did really good. Do it again.
I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt since they're the best Spider-Man movie we've had in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to fight me on it, I'm going to tell you, like, Tom Holland movies are good. They're not this good. No. I'm sorry, but no.
At least the first 2. We don't know about this third one yet.
Well, this third one is trying to backpack off of Spider-Verse with the thing they're trying to do, but they keep hiding in trailers.
I mean, yes and
because
no.
we don't want to talk about it.
And you know, as much as the internet knows that that's going to be a thing, even though everyone's completely saying, no, that's not a thing, why not just do it? Why not just go ahead and show it? At this point, it's not going to be a surprise. You're not going to get that wow factor out of it at this point.
But we got to get people in theaters after the movie comes out, after the movie's been out for a couple weeks. Because you know what people want to go to during a pandemic is the theaters.
But, okay, I'm going to say this. They're not showing the other 2 in the trailers.
Yes.
So we have one of 2 options that's going to happen with this movie. We're either one going to have the thing the internet expects, and it won't surprise everyone, because, you know, everyone's expecting it now. Or 2, it's actually not going to have that, and then it's going to completely piss the internet off. Because it didn't happen.
Yep.
It's like, quit hiding around this. Either show that you've done it, or give us what happened with the Brazil trailer that, you know, kind of had the lizard being kicked in the head by an invisible man.
You know, it'd be funny if that's the actual footage, and surprise, it was actually Miles from the future.
Or, you know, would really be funny is if nothing was actually cut and secretly Ant-Man's in this movie.
Yep.
Because then it'd be like, oh, so they actually just didn't cut. Okay, cool.
Oh, I updated the values on the our guesses for Revice for the season.
I don't remember what that one was. I've got to find it again.
Oh, it's on my Google Drive front page, so I think it might be shared with you.
Probably.
Maybe? I don't know. But currently, we can't do anything for the yes/no questions because we're not at that point yet. Although, wait, no. Yeah, we can. Because Live is our secondary, and he's not blue. Because I'll fight on that. He's not blue.
I mean, you're right.
He is a teal-ish. Or, yeah, he's a teal, not a blue. But also, those aren't his primary colors. His primary colors are white and yellow. Suck it.
What's funny though is we do have a blue rider. So we still haven't fully broke that cycle, but
We do. We do. It's the tertiary writer of the series.
It's like that's actually kind of funny.
Well, our tertiary and whatever Demons is at this point, as he continues to get knocked down the totem pole as new writers keep coming in. So let's see. That's the only question we can answer. On the count, I didn't count Vice as a separate writer for now, so we're at 6. We're fucked. We have low Valdez, and we're not even at a quarter one yet.
Wait a minute though. We're at 6? Well, yeah. Dang it.
I
Never
was about to
mind.
say, unless you count Evil and Live as the same one. then
I
it's-
think we should if you're not counting Vice.
Oh, okay.
Like, in all seriousness. Like, if we count Vice, then yes, we do have to. Which then completely screws us.
Yeah. Because right now it's, without them, it's Revy, Live, Sakura, Demons. I'm missing one. I think I miscounted.
That's what I
actually
was
at-
sitting there trying to think of, though.
I plus one somewhere at some point, and
Yeah.
I'm stupid. We're technically at 4. If we add in our 2 demon riders, we're at 6.
Yeah. So we're still potentially screwed.
Yes. Drivers, we're already fucked because
Yeah.
we're at 4.
Yeah.
And again, we're at quarter 1.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we at least get one more.
Yeah. Because, as I pointed out, yeah, we usually come in the quarter, like coming out of the Christmas break with a new rider. They're probably coming in with a new belt. So we're probably going to be at 5 in like a month.
And it really wouldn't surprise me if we actually, looking at where we're at now compared to what we've seen in the past, it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't reach 6 or 7 by the end of it.
Yeah.
So I honestly think we're screwed on that one.
Yeah. We're at 12 of 48. Yeah, I need to update this because I had this fixed right where I didn't have to change both at the same time because I could just change one and then update the other, and then I borked it.
Good one.
Let's see, we're at, what, 12 episodes, I believe?
I believe so.
Unless this week's episode was 13, but I believe it's 12.
I don't remember.
Yeah. We're not the final forms yet. I don't think we've had Revy and Vice fight seriously yet.
Don't think
we
so
have, but...
yet.
Yeah. I can only think of like one that would qualify. And we have no main cast deaths.
Yet.
Yeah, even though everyone's like, we're getting one very soon.
Getting one, yes. Soon, I doubt.
Yeah.
Because I feel like at some point we're going to have to kind of push the plot harder. But I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't think it would be at the hands of anyone that we've seen so far. I think if it happens, it's gonna happen because of someone new introduced.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean, by proxy, I also mean someone new introduced as like a evil rider or something like that by proxy.
Yeah. And then our full predictions of all of our siblings become riders. Fucking call it!
Yeah. What was bad was, yes, I couldn't really think of anything else, but yes, you hit the nail on all three. Because it's like, yeah, I fully can see that happening.
I didn't expect it to all be done before December, but fuck, here we are.
I kind of did, actually. Mainly because of how hard they did it. They went into it on the opening.
True. No heel turn from George yet.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, I fully expect it to come. And no movement on Aguilera yet, but our villains seem to be not moving too much until... Seems like, from what I've seen from episode previews and stuff, it's going to be, in the next couple weeks, they're going to make a big move that's going to shake up our show.
I feel like out of these three, her redemption's going to be the last thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
By a good margin, too. I don't think it's going to be the end of the show kind of deal, but I think it's at least going to be midway through.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because of the conversation that her and Sakura had.
Yeah.
It's like... Seeing that, I'm like, yeah... it's there, but it's nowhere close to being there yet. Also, she may or may not be the reason why the drivers get, like, up there beyond both of our guesses.
Yeah, I'm honestly expecting that. Well, it failed once more.
What did?
Use a 7.
Oh.
Tried to install it again, and it's just like, nope, I don't wanna.
Now, whether or not it'll work, something I was saying about trying to restart and see if it was still doing it.
I'll try that once we're done.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might be something to try and see if it does it. Maybe Windows is being stupid.
Maybe.
Wouldn't be a first.
Yeah. So yeah. That's where we stand on ours. I don't know what the points is for the Hawks one. I don't think they talked about what their points are at the moment.
Probably not. Because I think that, didn't you say they were going to come back at the end of the show?
I think so.
So.
It'd been nice if we get like a mid-season update on the points standings and see where we're at. I'm genuinely curious. But anywho, speaking of Ryder, we've got 4 episodes of Ryuki to watch tomorrow. I saw the episodes today, and we have made a terrible decision.
I mean, fair.
These 4 episodes just made me just want to just smack the back of Shinji's head over and over and over again because God fucking damn it, you are the problem! Literally, you are the reason shit happened in these 4 episodes. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Wednesday, we finish off Prime, and by we, I mean me finish off Prime, because Tommy's done.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, we continue Okami, since I only did like an hour this week, because I was incredibly tired, and I thought I could stream, and nope.
I mean, fair.
I crashed super hard once I started going.
That was extremely why we did not stream last night.
Yeah. But that'll be Thursday. And Saturday, we get back to Galaxy. And we are back around to Sunday with more Yuki. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you like what you see, and drop a follow, really appreciate it. Chipping away, that's really cool. At TG's on Twitter gives you updates on my life. Next message point, Discord and chat. Kids still learning. Drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.